We're back. We have the right cast in the house, a pan papa in the house. So there's a lot more time. And my next guest, man, is a guy that I call my son. A very, very, very great upcoming comedian, very, very sharp, very, very witty. He had some little glitches here and there, but we're going to talk about all of that. But in the meantime, put your hands together, show some love for comedian and dancer, Warris! Just a love, Comedian Warris, welcome to the house, man. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. Thanks a lot one more time. Oh. Well, Charlie, we are with our Christmas edition.
Yeah, Charlie. Me now they see, but me I enter New Year already.
Oh, yes. So you're in 2019 already.
Yes, I do my resolution. I'll never do this. I'll never do that. I'll do that one like last 2 weeks.
So you are done.
Yes.
So you're in the New Year now.
Yes. After I'm born again.
You're born again.
Yes.
How did that affect you? You know, you thought you were putting out a very innocent, funny joke, and the public said, "No, man, this is not funny. Basically, you messed up. You've crossed the line." How did that make you feel?
Well, I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. I didn't know that at a point in time, being a comedian where you try to impress everybody, kill depression, it will get to a point where you say a joke,
you'll be depressed.
You actually be depressed. So it really affected me. I had to, for some time, I even forgot my favorite food was jollof. I had to, I was living out of depression and all that. I even forgot who our president was and all that.
You forgot that who your president was?
Because the insult was formatting my brain. Everything like that. So that was, it actually affected me in a way that I've lost a whole lot of friends. Some friends, you know, they never, maybe, you know, some friends, they never wish you say something. Yeah. Immediately you say, they are like, hey, unforgivable. They'll just deal with you and then they just move on. And some of them too, Charlie, they all have their own sentiments and then you can't even convince them that this is what you are. Daddy, so I think it's an experience, it's a lesson I've learned, and then I think this is just the beginning of my career. Just like you've been unchained.
You are now unchained.
I've been unchained, so I just did on a level.
Well, it's funny, you know, I hadn't seen it or read anything, and I got a call from a radio station, you know, and they said, well, what do you think about it was on Twitter,
Yeah, Twitter.
That you had put out. I hadn't seen anything yet, and I said, what did he put out? So they read it to me, and what I said on radio, and I'll say now, I said, I think it's a very, very unfortunate comment. I don't think he intended any malice, you know, but with comedy, sometimes you just get this idea and you think it's funny, and it doesn't give you enough time to think through it, you just throw it out there, and it has the ability to affect people negatively, you know, and this is what happened. So I said on there, I don't think you intended any malice. I think it's part of growing up as a young comedian, exploring how far or what the boundaries are that you can push, you know. So now that you've gone through it, I think it's giving you more like a sense of, not censorship though, you know, because I hate it when comedians feel censored because they can't say any certain things. But at the same time, there are certain sensibilities that we keep at the back of our minds when, you know.
Yeah, that's very true. So I think at this point, it's about time we sit up and then we look through this. The child abuse stuff and then the rape cases that is going on. It's not always that we have to wait for somebody to actually rape somebody before we talk about it. So we have to take actions right now. We have to talk to the children. Normally what we do is that after they've the thing has happened, then we call them, we talk to them. But there's a whole lot that is going on.
Yeah.
So I think I just want to do this. I want to fight against this. I want to stand for it. I want to be the guy who would always fight for children, about rape, child abuse and other stuff. So I think that is what I've taken upon myself to do next year, God willing.
Okay.
I'll be going up and down talking about it.
Crusading and championing that cause.
Yeah.
Show some love, man. That's very noble. That's very noble. I mean, to me, I say, listen, no one is flawless. And I just was hoping. I also invited, but I don't think the word got to him. I wanted Teacher Kojo to come too, so that for my part, once you have apologized, and I believe it's true, we should support you to carry on in the direction that you intend.
We've apologized, and then there are certain group of people who think our apology is unqualified, and then I'm asking, how should our apology be qualified again? How do you go before God to tell him that you are sorry and you will not do this again? You understand? So the thing is, after everything, you become a public figure, and then you won't have everybody to love you. No matter what, even if you never did anything wrong, you would actually have people to hate you. So when they hold on to it, they come under our post to make all those things to remind us that we once did this and that. We actually don't care. We are focusing on those who are important, and then they are thinking about us. I mean, looking out for more comedy to have fun. But in all, I think it has helped comedy. You see, once a while, Ghanaians, our media houses and other stuff, they actually hardly give us attention. There will be a whole week, where every radio station you hear is music, movie. Ask yourself, comedy, stand-up comedy, where are we? We are never mentioned anywhere. But at a point in time when issue comes out, there is positive and negative, where every time you hear stand-up comedy, and then it's still hyping everybody as a comedian. Everybody feels like, yeah, so this time, hey, you see, we are a bunny way. And your mom try one to say, oh, yeah, papa. It's negative, and then there is the positive.
Every time there's publicity, you can look at it both ways.
So I think, in a way, we would also ask the media that they shouldn't wait for something negative to come before everybody will jump on the issue, and then it will just be everywhere. They should actually give us the chance to feel like we don't need to do anything to cause controversy, and then we should be in the media. But every time they can just, check on us. This guy performed here. I actually performed in Togo a day before the controversy happened, but nobody said anything about it. We really nailed it. Okay.
Unfortunately, that's something that we all have to deal with, man. They say good news is good news doesn't sell. Good news doesn't sell. The bad news is what sells. We're always looking for the bad things, So that's unfortunate, but that's the reality of the media. Not just in Ghana, everywhere, Once they can latch onto something negative that they can jump on, people read. Sadly, that's the reality of the world, So I think we have to be more careful in how we manage our comedy. First question, no, not first question. I've been asking so many questions. The next question.
Because I hate mathematics.
No matter how bad your mathematics is, I don't think you're worse than me, so don't worry. The first performance you had after this mistake you made. What was the first performance? How did you get up to go before an audience when you knew that there was so much anger out there now, bad things you have said? Well, what was how long after this before you had your first performance?
It was after the controversy. Everything started within. It was just the weekend, that I had to perform at our ex-president's house. And then I performed at Comedy Express. That day, I knew I was going to flop, because I thought it was a sacrifice. So today, Warris, you are going to flop. So just go flop and then plan for the next one. Yes. I said, yes.
So you went there to flop?
Yes.
Thinking there was going to be a negative backlash?
Yeah, so that I would just know how hard I will come back. So I got there, they just mentioned, let's welcome on stage comedian Warris. My brain was telling me, Warris, don't go. Because the way they were clapping to welcome me, I just went up on stage. About 30 seconds, I was quiet. I was looking at them. I just watch it and then go for it. On their mind, no Charlie and Temne go there. So I just performed, started my joke, and then they were picking. Second joke they were picking. So it was like a warm-up session before I got to the last 2 jokes, and then they couldn't sit.
They were laughing.
So everybody was like, oh, this guy is funny. I forget his joke. That joke is, you know, Ghanaians, once it's funny, they'll forgive you. Yes. But Daddy, this thing on a real has not put any limit or censorship on my jokes.
It's not supposed to. It's not supposed to censor a joke.
I do my jokes.
I tell all the young comedians, you can say anything.
Yeah.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and I think the advice I'll give it to you guys is that know how to say things. You know, you can say anything if you know how to say it, but because you don't know how to say it, we say it in a way, and then we miscommunicate. So take your time, see the situation, know what you want to say, but think about how you can say it so that it's palatable to the ear. You know, that's how I've stayed in this business for a long time. Of course, I can't say I haven't offended people. I'm sure, you know. But as much as possible, right? If I'm telling a joke about you, I will make you laugh at the joke.
Yeah,
which means I'm not telling the joke at your expense.
Yes, that's true.
You know, what the young comedians don't realize is that sometimes you tell the joke at the expense of the people you are talking to. And that's where people react, you know. So keep it in mind, huh? You can make the joke, but make sure that no matter how the joke is, the person you're making the joke about also finds it funny. That's my key. What's around, man?
You're giving me all the secrets. I have to come so that.
No. You're blessed. You're blessed. And yeah, come. You know the office now. You know the office. So pass by. You know. I just that's the only thing that the young comedians are missing in terms of the how.
Okay.
You know. And once you master that, you have no problem.
Okay.
Cool.
No.
Now, Kwampa is in the house, and they are waiting. There's one song, man. Leader, how did that song? You know, it's everywhere. Somebody sent. I was in Ghana. Somebody sent it to me from California. Wow. And that's how I became aware.
Okay.
How did that come about?
No, like it was Christmas and we're looking at the Christmas songs around.
Yeah.
So we scanned through and we realized that most of them are foreign and they are not in the context of the Ghanaian.
Okay.
So we decided that fine, we are musicians. Instead of creating new pieces, we'll rather take the ones around, the material around, and then put it in the context of the Ghanaian. So we did 2, Jingle Bells and then the 12 days of Christmas.
Yeah.
Then we turned them around small in our own way. And then so we released them as audio around, free audio for download and all that. And then by the time we realized it was all over. People were calling us, people were telling Charlie, send it to me. And then it was serious.
Wow.
But we enjoyed that because it kind of caught the attention we were looking for. Yes.
And you're here.
Being here is a dream come true. Because I've watched you. I've watched you for a long time. Those days, those old shows and all that.
Yeah.
And I saw you you interviewed great people who have something, people of value. And most of the time when you're interviewing them, I'll imagine
you being there.
Me being there.
Wow.
The person. And then finally,
because
of it's a great honor.
Wow. Well, the honor is mine to have you guys here, man. So welcome, and I'm sure we are going on with the 12 days of Christmas. Put your hands together.
So we do 2 Jingle Bells and then 12 days of Christmas, short pieces, and then
sure.
So let's do it.
Let's do it.
I'll say Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So now we are bringing the song home. I say, mommy and him, afia to yemio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda ene ye wapata. Hey, mommy and him, afia to yemio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda obiara ka ho bi. Yenkwe, mommy and him, afia to yemio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda ene ye wapata. Mommy, afia to yemio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda obiara ka ho bi. Prese confause kaibra bra ucha bere bra yempenia achin ye be fresh ene ye wapata ye be memu ye fine e ho be ye shem enso anaju we de. Oh my God, in so to dia ye bra. Ochena ye Yesu awoda ene ye wapata. Hey, mommy, afia to ye bio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda obiara ka ho bi. Mese confause kaibra ucha bere bra yempenia achin ye be fresh ene ye wapata ye be memu ye fine e ho be ye shem enso anaju we de. Oh my God, in so to dia ye bra. Mommy, afia to ye bio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda ene ye wapata. Mommy, afia to ye bio. Ochena ye Yesu awoda obiara ka ho bi. Day of grace, as my true love gave to me, a partridge in a pear tree. Say what? On the second day of grace, as my true love gave to me, I and a mamo and a partridge in a pear tree. Day 3. On the third day of grace, as my true love gave to me, fans and a cat. I and a mamo and a partridge in a pear tree. Day 4. On the 4th day of grace, as my true love gave to me, caught on your bempine, fans and a cat. I and a mamo and a partridge in a pear tree. Day 5. On the 5th day of grace, as my true love gave to me, young boy, go to be rich. Jingle nyalewa, katieni kopaya tutu, and the partridge in a pear tree. Day 5. On the 5th day of grace, as my true love gave to me, young boy, go to be rich. Jingle nyalewa, katieni kopaya tutu, and the partridge in a pear tree. Day 5. On the 5th day of grace, as my true love gave to me, young boy, go to me rich. Jingle nyalewa, katieni kopaya tutu, and the partridge in a pear tree. Go
Look how much, man. Kelly, you have rocked us. You have rocked us, man. Show us all one more time. I want to say big thanks to all our guests who came in. I'm talking about Lale and Sandra. Show the love one more time. And comedian Warris, the Empathy comedian. Show us the love one more time. And okay, we have a very, very important announcement from the Hasporians. They are looking for 30 selected high school students to pair them with 30 Ahasporian professionals for a whole year mentoring program, 1 year mentoring program. They'll be celebrating their 5th anniversary of mentoring this year. And the number to call if you're interested, 050-598-9813. 050-598-9813. In the meantime, a big thank you to all of you. Merry Christmas to all of you. Have a wonderful Christmas. Have a happy New Year. We'll be back sometime in January with brand new shows. But in the meantime, I want to say a big thank you to all of you because you have kept this show all these years as the numero uno show. Show some love to yourself. So stick around until we come back next year. We are out of. Let the whole world say,
Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Over land, over sea. Merry
Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Over land, over sea. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Over land, over sea. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Over land, over sea. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Over land, over sea. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to you. Over land, over sea.